This video will go over the possible outcomes when vaaling a gem, the odds and the difference between double corruptions and irregular corruption. When using a Vaal orb on a gem, there are 4 possible outcomes that can occur. The first possible outcome is nothing happens. The gem becomes corrupted but nothing changes. The second possible outcome is the gem changes into the Vaal version. If there is no Vaal version, then nothing happens. The third possible outcome is the gem level is modified. It will either increase or decrease by 1. A gem's level cannot be less than 1. And it cannot exceed level 21. This is basically a coin flip to determine plus or minus. Overall, the odds of getting +1 to level is 1 in 8. This means on average every 8 gems you use a Vaal orb on will result in 1 gaining a level. The fourth possible outcome is the gem quality is modified. It will either increase or decrease by up to 10%. Note that a gem cannot go beyond 23% and cannot be less than 0%. Change of quality rolls a range from -10 to +10. I do not know if 0 is a possibility, but let's assume it isn't. This means there's a 1 in 20 chance to get any specific number. However, since a gem's quality cannot exceed 23%, the probability of getting maximum quality is much higher when using a 20% gem. This means quality changes have a 40% chance to become 23. And a 10% chance to become 21 or 22. And a 50% chance to lose quality. Now that you have a basic understanding of the odds when using a Vaal orb on a gem, let's talk about double corrupting. There are 3 desired outcomes when double corrupting a gem. The first is 21-23 quality. The next is 21 Vaal. And finally Vaal 23 quality. Let's talk about gems without a Vaal version. When double corrupted, there's a 50% chance of nothing happening on the first corruption and a 25% chance of nothing happening on either corruption. This means that 1 out of every 4 gems double corrupted will result in nothing happening when there's no Vaal version. For non-Vaal gems, the chance of getting +1 to level is 13.55%. This happens when the first corruption hits quality and the second corruption changes the level. If the first corruption doesn't hit quality, the second corruption isn't improved at all. This means that using double corruption only increases the chance of getting increased level by 1%. For a Vaal gem, the odds of getting +1 to level are increased even more. It improves our odds by 33%, but only happens half of the time, so the overall chances are increased by 2% when compared to a Vaal orb. Let's delve deeper into the odds of hitting 2 corruptions. Specifically, let's calculate the probability of obtaining both +1 to level and 23% quality. Initially, there's a 50% chance of failure if the first corruption selects Vaal or nothing. If level is selected, there is a 50% chance of failure, and for quality, the odds of failure are 60%. Overall, this leaves us with a measly 10% chance of success for the first corruption. Assuming the first corruption hits level, there is a 1 in 3 chance of obtaining quality, followed by a 2 in 5 chance of obtaining 23%. In the event that the first corruption hits quality, there is a 1 in 3 chance of obtaining level, and a 1 in 2 chance of obtaining +1 to level. These odds amount to a 1 to 7 chance of success for the second corruption, ultimately resulting in a final chance of success of roughly 1.42%. In conclusion, while double corrupting may slightly increase your chances of success, it's important to note that the odds are still relatively low. And even though a 21-23 gem is rare, it may not necessarily be valuable. So it may be more profitable for you to sell your temples and avoid using them to corrupt inexpensive gems.